Today's story is about a young fisherman named Madhav, a boy who always delayed his work. But one day, he learned the true value of time. This is a story of mistakes, hard work, and change. A story that will teach you why being prepared is more important than waiting for the perfect chance. While listening to the story, if possible, try to mimic me. It will help you improve your speaking along with listening. So, let's begin. The half-built boat. Long ago, there was a quiet and beautiful village called Rampur. A wide and deep river flowed beside the village. The waves of the river carried the livelihood of the villagers. Most people in the village were fishermen. They lived by catching fish with their boats and nets. In this village lived a young fisherman named Madhav. Madhav was young, strong, and skilled at fishing. But he had one weakness. He always delayed important work. If his boat needed repair, he would say, "It's still fine, I will fix it tomorrow." If the net had a hole, he would say, "I can still catch fish now, I will sew it later." If it was time to go to the market, he would think, "I will leave after some time." The elders of the village, especially Baba Haridas, knew about this habit. Baba Haridas was the most experienced fisherman in the village. Age had made his body weak, but his eyes, mind, and wisdom were still sharp like a young man's. Many times Baba advised Madhav, "Son, the river water never flows the same way twice. Opportunities are like that. If you want to catch them, you must be ready before they come." But Madhav would always laugh and say, "Baba, there is plenty of time." One day, Baba Haridas called Madhav and spoke seriously. "The rainy season is coming. When the first rains fall, big fish will enter the river. It is the best chance of the year. But if our boat is not ready and our nets are not fixed, we cannot go into the water." Madhav promised, "Baba, don't worry, I will be ready." The next day, he started building his boat. But in the first day, he only added a few planks, then postponed it to the next day. The second day, he got busy cleaning mud after the rain and left the boat aside. The third day, he went to a wedding. Days passed and the boat remained half-built. The villagers warned him, "Madhar, the rains can start any time, hurry up." But he always laughed and said, "There is still time, I will finish it in 2 or 3 days. Finally, the first day of rain came. Dark clouds covered the sky, cool winds started blowing, and the river's flow became faster. News spread in the village, "The big fish are here." All the fishermen rushed with their boats and nets toward the river. Baba Haridas also got ready, but he looked at Madhav and said, "Come on, today is our day." Madhav lowered his head. His boat was still half-built. His nets had holes, and the ropes were weak and wet. Baba spoke softly, "Son, the chance is here, but you are not ready. The river will not wait for you, and neither will the fish." Madhav stood on the shore while others rode into the strong current. He watched as big fish filled the nets of others, and his heart was full of regret. He thought, "If only I had finished my boat on time. If only I had fixed my nets earlier. But if only could not change anything now." That night, Madhav could not sleep. The sound of the rain, the whistling wind, and the roaring river kept reminding him of what he had lost. Baba's words echoed in his mind, "The chance is here, but you are not ready." The next morning, Madhav woke up early. He decided, no matter how hard it is, he will never leave a task half done again. He went straight to the half-built boat and started working. Soon, Baba Haridas came. He saw Madhav working in the rain, holding a hammer and chisel, hitting the wet wooden planks. "Baba, Madhav, working in the rain is not easy. The wood can slip." Madhav, "Baba, I will not let time slip away again. I missed one chance yesterday, I will not miss the next one." Baba smiled a little but said nothing. He knew real change is shown through work, not words. Days passed. Under the sun, in the rain, even late at night, Madhav worked on the boat. His hands became rough, his palms had blisters, but he did not stop. Every plank he fixed felt like he was adding discipline to his life. He changed the broken ropes of the net himself. He oiled the wood to protect it from rotting in water. He tied every joint tightly so that the river's strong current could not shake it. Villagers came and watched in surprise. One day, Ramu Kaka said, "Madhav, earlier you were a master at delaying work. What happened now?" Madhav just smiled and replied, "Now I understand. Time will not defeat me again." Baba Haridas, who earlier only taught him, now sometimes worked with him. Together, they not only finished the boat but made it stronger than before. Sometimes Baba came late on purpose to see if Madhav worked without being told, and every time he found Madhav already busy. After 1.5 months of hard work, the boat was ready. When Madhav hammered the last plank into place, his face had a look of deep satisfaction. He forgot the pain in his hands and the tiredness in his body. This was not just a boat, this was the result of his hard work, discipline, and respect for time. But his change did not stop there. Now he woke up early every day, checked the nets, inspected the boat, studied the weather, and collected all necessary items in advance. He was ready for any opportunity. The elders said, "Madhav has changed. The lazy boy we knew is gone." When the rainy season ended, the river became calmer. The big chance of the year was gone, but Madhav kept working. He kept his boat clean, net strong, and everything ready. Months later, at the start of winter, news spread. A merchant from the city will come next week to buy fresh fish from the fisherman. This chance only came once or twice a year. Whoever gave the best fish on time would get the best price. Most fishermen felt the time was too short to prepare. Baba looked at Madhav and said, "This is the moment you have been preparing for. Are you ready?" Madhav smiled with confidence. "Yes, Baba, I am ready, and this time I will not waste a single moment." 2 days before the merchant arrived, Madhav went to the river early in the morning. He threw his strong nets into the water and worked all day to catch fresh, large fish. While others were still preparing, Madhav cleaned his fish, packed them in sacks, and arranged them in the market ahead of time. The merchant came, saw Madhav's quality fish and timely delivery, and was impressed. He bought all the fish without bargaining and paid double the price. The villagers were surprised. Those who once called him lazy now spoke about his hard work and respect for time. Baba patted his back and said, "See, son, being ready on time gives the sweetest results. You caught both the river and the opportunity." That evening, the sun was setting and the sky was golden. Madhav sat near his boat, folding the net slowly. Baba came and said, "Madhav, remember, the river of life flows every day. Opportunities float like boats. If your boat is half-built, you cannot catch them. If you put your boat in the water on time, you will win." Madhav smiled and said, "Baba, now I understand. Delaying work means leaving the opportunity yourself. Respecting time means winning the biggest prize in life." The villagers heard this, and many young people decided that day they will never delay important work again. Moral: a half-built boat is useless in the river of life. Preparation must come before the opportunity.